How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys. And yeah, man, we're back. We're back with it, man. We're back with the fire, the juice, the extra sauce. So yeah, man. Tyson Fury, man, we've been waiting. We've been waiting. And, this heavyweight carousel has finally starting to slow down, and we're starting to finally see who's the real big players in the heavyweight division. And it's looking like it's Usyk versus Tyson Fury, to be honest with you guys, Smash that like button as soon as you guys come in, man. Definitely show some love and definitely smash that like button, man. Um, but yeah, man, right now the heavyweight division is still open. Um, right now it's between Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and the dark horse, Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? The guy that nobody really thought that could get it done. The guy that, everybody was looking at and really had, it really wasn't, they really wasn't feeling Usyk. They thought he was too small. They thought he couldn't, punch hard enough at the heavyweight division to get the respect of these bigger guys that's 250 plus, 6'6", 250 plus. Alexander Usyk stands from cruiserweight just about 2 to 3 years ago. He was at cruiserweight at 199 pounds at about a height of about 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". So he's one of the smaller guys in the heavyweight division, but he got the job done versus Anthony Joshua, you guys. He definitely got the job done. And he says, back with another banger. Salute to UGC Flame in the building, man. No doubt, man. So yeah, and I just think right now, with the heavyweight division being, pretty much open and, up for grabs, I think a lot of people, will get the hint that, look, man, we need one heavyweight, like Deontay Wilder said before he got dethroned with the WBC belt and Tyson Fury knocked him out. He was saying he wanted one face, one name in the heavyweight division. And that's really what we want. We want one guy where, like, you know what? You got to go through this guy to be that guy. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. Like a lot of people out here want to be the guy, but they don't want to beat the guy. They want their own road. I feel like Usyk took one of the harder roads to the heavyweight division and to get to the pinnacle and where he's at, where he's 19-0, undefeated, arguably the only undefeated heavyweight in the top five right now. The only undefeated with no draws, no losses. And he's done all of this shit with under 20 fights, you guys. 20 fights, okay? He's had under 20 fights. And he's done all of this stuff. Usyk has, in my personal opinion, has overachieved. He's done a lot, man, in the sport. And he's got a big war over there in the Ukraine, man. And a lot of people in the Ukraine, are really, 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 going through it right now, man, to be honest with you. And they say Usyk lost 20 pounds. I'm gonna pull up the I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the picture real quick if I can. Let me see if I can pull up this picture for you guys, man. Definitely smash that like button though, you guys. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Wait, no. Yeah, man. Usyk done lost some weight, man. That's what they're saying. They're saying Usyk done lost 20 pounds, you guys. New pictures coming out that Usyk is a lot smaller than what people are saying right now. They're saying that Usyk is pretty small right now. Let's see what he said. Let's see these pictures. I'm gonna post these pictures up right now for you guys, and I want to know what you guys think. Has Usyk lost weight? You know, um, Wow. What do you think, man? I mean, he was at 220. He was at 220 pounds. Solid, working out every day. He was doing everything he had to do to win, and man, he looks, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he looks, what do you guys think? What about this comparison? Obviously, he's got black on, he's got a long, type of military shirt on, long sleeve military shirt. And yeah, man, I just think yeah, they're saying he lost 20 pounds. UGC. They're saying that the undisputed no, excuse me, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. They're saying that he lost 20 pounds out there in the war that he's fighting right now for his country out there in the Ukraine. I believe he's back to training now, but this is a picture from a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, man. I just think that you guys should be aware of what's going on with Usyk, man. The weight loss, possible mental warfare going on with him in Russia, and him telling Russia to stop. Let's have peace, and Russia not really going for it. He's just running through the country, and Usyk has been, got a special pardon type of situation out there in his government, and they're saying, look, man, we can use you better out there, in the boxing ring. You're a professional heavyweight champion boxer, and you have a huge fight coming up, one of the biggest fights, if not the biggest fight of your entire career, against Anthony Joshua. And I mean, Usyk's probably lost family members out there in the Ukraine, so I just think right now, man, the heavyweight division is definitely still up for grabs. Um, right now, it's still up for grabs, to be honest with you. Um, Usyk right now has to face Anthony Joshua, but he's got to do good, If he barely squeaks by Anthony Joshua, who's to say that Tyson Fury, just doesn't, I feel like right now Tyson Fury knows that if Usyk wins again, that that's not a major money fight like an Anthony Joshua fight. He knows that he'll get more money if he fights Anthony Joshua than Alexander Usyk, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's retiring. You know, is the risk worth the reward? You've worked your whole career, Tyson Fury, to mask a record of about 30 something and okay, with one draw, okay? And you're undefeated. You still have that, that tag where you're undefeated, okay? And with him still being undefeated, does he want to put up his undefeated record with Alexander Usyk's undefeated record, barring he wins the rematch? Um, and I just don't know right now. I mean, he's talking about Tyson Fury's talking about fighting, the UFC champion, over there out there in the UFC, and Francis Ngannou, you know. So that's who Tyson Fury's talking about fighting right now. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. The fight with Francis Ngannou, I think it brings in more money for Tyson Fury. Um, I'm not. That's not to say that I don't. I still think he should fight Usyk, man. I mean, come on now, you know. And then Francis Ngannou just said on BoxingScene.com 14 hours ago, he says Francis Ngannou believes there is a 70% chance the Tyson Fury fight will happen. And I think it is going to happen too. I really do. I think it's going to happen. Both of these guys are, big in the sport, in their, collective sports. And, they're giants. These two guys are just giants, dude. They're both over 6'6", and they're both over 250 pounds. And Francis Ngannou hits like a fucking mule. Now I'm not saying that's gonna win him the fight. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is Francis Ngannou, can possibly upset the apple cart, just with that power. I don't think that Tyson Fury, I don't think he can beat Tyson Fury, but I think he can make it, interesting for sure in an exhibition. Mind you, this is not going to go on Tyson Fury's resume. Tyson Fury is not, you know what I'm saying? He's not, this is not going to affect his record at 31 and 0 or whatever, 32 and 0 record that Tyson Fury has. This is not going to affect that, you guys. This is not going to affect that. Penny in the chat, shout out to Penny, man. He says Fury ain't retiring. He will come back to fight Usyk next year to become undisputed at heavyweight. Wow. So you got Penny in the chat saying that Tyson Fury will beat will beat undisputed. Hey, Penny, if you ain't busy, man, if you want to hop on, man, I'm ready to get it in real quick, man. Let me see something. Yeah, man, I think this is going to be a good fight, man. I really do, you guys. I really do. I think this is going to be a good fight, man. Because, right now, Tyson Fury's at the point in his career now where he's got to be real selective on who he fights, I feel. He's taking a lot of punishment in that Wilder fight. Just being honest. Just being honest, man. I think Tyson Fury took a lot of punishment in that Wilder fight. A lot of people haven't talked about that Wilder fight, but Tyson Fury, man, if you guys think about it, man, he took so many blows, and I think Wilder's still has his bearings, but I mean, when you get into a fight like that, I'm just telling you guys, man, that takes years off your life, in my personal opinion. There's no way you could just be a normal human being after that. You know what I mean? There's no way you could just be good after that. I just think that it's gonna have some, recurring effect. You know. Shout out to Penny in the building. Penny, what's going on,
Hey,
Penny? How you doing today?
hey Corey, how do you like my prediction of a 6 round KO of White brutal KO?
Oh,
By the way, remember?
you picked that? Oh, you picked that?
Yeah, man, on your show,
Oh,
bro.
okay. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, John. Okay, because I know me and Beebs, we picked
You had
different
it
than you.
nine. Yeah, I think you had ninth KO.
Yeah, yeah, I was right off. I was just dang. I
Oh, you?
originally picked 8, but if you don't
Eight.
remember, at the last minute I changed it. At the last minute before we got off the show, I changed
Yeah,
it to the 10th round. So I was
but
you, huh?
we all got it right though by KO. So
By KO, yeah, we got it right, yeah. So what do you think, man? How do you feel about the heavyweight division right now? How do you feel that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder has been doing? You know what I mean? Do you think both of these guys, are the big, head honchos? Do you think Tyson Fury and, you know, Usyk are the two top guys? Or do you think Joshua still has a chance?
yeah, Corey, I think Fury knows what's at stake. I, Meaning that what I mean by what at stake is his legacy. I think for him to be known with the likes of Klitschko and Lennox Lewis and Tyson and Larry Holmes and Ali and those guys, he needs to be undisputed. I think he's just saying that to maybe to take a break, kind of like what Mayweather did after he fought De La Hoya. Maybe he just wants to take a 12-month break and then come back and fight the winner of Wilder versus Usyk. What do you think?
Wow, you said Wilder versus Usyk? I mean,
Oh, so
I
sorry,
don't
sorry, not
right.
Wilder. AJ Usyk.
Oh, AJ Usyk. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think right now, man, I think Tyson Fury's eye is in a different direction. I think he's trying to get the most money he can right now. And I just don't think that Wilder, I mean that Usyk fight brings a whole lot. Like I feel like the Francis Ngannou fight brings more money than the Usyk fight. Possibly. And I think that, I feel like the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury fights brings more money than the Usyk versus Tyson Fury fight. So you got all of these different avenues that Tyson Fury can make money, and none of them are pointing right now to Usyk, in my personal opinion. You know, yeah, it's an exhibition. It doesn't count on his resume, but he's getting paid for it and he's getting hit with it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like right now, man, shit, Deontay Wilder could come back because I feel like right now Tyson Fury could vacate his belts, which that's what I'm
Yeah.
hearing he's gonna do, and he's gonna be some type of emerald champion, meaning that he can come back whenever he wants and be number one or fight for the belt. Um, Pretty much a champion in waiting,
Hey,
kinda.
hey Corey, if hey Corey, if AJ loses, right, and he fights Wilder at Wembley Stadium, I think that still sells out Wembley Stadium.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Like I actually want to see that fight still. Like two big
You
punches, two big heavyweights.
you still want to see
You
it?
don't want to see that fight?
Yeah, but I mean, I just think right now the whole allure of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fighting is kind of watered down now because Anthony Joshua has lost twice now. He lost to Andy Ruiz and got brutally knocked out, okay, or stopped, very concussed, um, in that knockout. Yeah, I feel like he didn't really have his bearings with him, even though the fight was over. I feel like Anthony Joshua was still kind of on queer street. I remember looking at him in the corner of the ring, and he was still being attended to after they were, pretty much announcing the winner of the Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua one fight. So I think he took a lot out of him with that fight. Obviously, he got the rematch and he won. Um, but as far as both of these guys go, and Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, I just want to see the best fight the best. If Joshua can
Yeah.
beat Usyk, then let's see it.
Ooh,
But I don't think
that
he can. I don't think he can. I don't think he can beat Usyk. Now, the new situation that Usyk is under, being that his family and stuff is at war, that plays a lot into it.
yes,
And
yes.
I
Hey
just think
Corey,
that it. Uh huh.
if there's a time that AJ can beat Usyk, now is the time because there may be some mental issues with Usyk because his country is at war.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a risk there. Whereas if there wasn't a war, I'd pick. I'm actually still picking Usyk. But if there's a time that AJ can take advantage of the situation, now is the time.
Well, you say now is the time.
Yeah, because like what you said, you don't know what Usyk's mental state is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. You're right.
But but by the way, how come there's no site for that fight still? Is this like
Well, right now they're talking about. I just read an article, you guys. Breaking news. They're talking about the Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua 2 is gonna be in Dubai, from what I'm hearing. It's
oh,
gonna
okay.
be in it's gonna be in it's either in Dubai or Saudi Arabia, like right in that type of area. Let
I've
me
been to
pull up
Dubai, bro.
the no,
Yeah, I was there about 7 years ago.
man, how was it?
Man, it's like New York in steroids, bro.
What?
Yeah, like in terms of
Okay.
like the building and
Uh-huh.
skyscrapers.
Uh-huh.
Dubai's got two New Yorks. There's one in the city and then one in Dubai Marina, and all of the buildings are all brand new.
For
Like
real?
imagine two Manhattans, bro. That's what Dubai is.
Two Manhattans, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's a big city, man. That's a big city, man. Two Manhattans. So yeah, they're saying Eddie Hearn says Joshua versus Usyk, which I don't know why he put Joshua's name first when he lost. It should be Usyk versus Joshua too, instead of Joshua versus Usyk. They're
And
still
AJ
going
is
with the
still the
narrative. That's what I'm
AJ
saying.
is
He's
still
still the.
did the A side.
You couldn't even get the A side out, bro. I wouldn't let you get it out. I don't think he should be the A side. Um, but yeah. So let me read the article. Eddie Hearn says Usyk versus Joshua 2's front runner date is July 23rd in Saudi Arabia or the United Kingdom, you guys. That's what they're saying right now. That's what Eddie Hearn is saying. In a recent interview Eddie Hearn did, he said, we're going, you can put your joint on mute, Penny. He says, we're going to be in July. Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn said to the DAZN boxing show on when Joshua and Usyk will fight their rematch. Okay? July 23rd is obviously a date that has been banded around. Probably the front runner right now, that date. We're in final negotiations with a number of sites in the Middle East and the UK. America, I don't think this is going to take place. Wow, okay, so he says it's not going to take place in America, you guys. The rematch for Anthony Joshua versus Usyk, they almost pretty much waved out that it's going to be going down in America. So I know a lot of you fans probably possibly wanted to see the Usyk versus Joshua 2. And I think if he would have won that Andy Ruiz first fight, Penny, I think he would have maybe got this rematch in the United States. But mind you, Anthony Joshua is 0-1 in the USA. He's 0-1. He's only been over here one time in the Madison Square Garden with Andy Ruiz, and he got knocked out on one of the biggest stages and you could possibly get knocked out on. It was wild, you know. And he says Eddie Hearn follows up and says, "I like to be in a position fight week for Canelo Alvarez. We can give you some news," says Eddie Hearn. So he's gonna give him some news, I guess, fight week for Canelo. I think that's when they're gonna drop the news of when the fight is gonna be and all that, or where it's
Hey
gonna
bro,
be.
hey Corey, those Saudis, man, their site fees are huge, bro. I remember when didn't he when AJ fought Andy Ruiz, what wasn't his purse like $70 million or something like that? Some crazy number?
17 million,
No, 70.
70 million.
Yeah, it was some crazy number because Saudi Arabia gave them enormous amount of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of money though. I'm not even gonna lie. $70 million.
Man,
Wow,
that's
man.
nothing. That's nothing for Saudi, man. That's entree.
You said that's just regular. That's just regular money.
Yeah, church money.
When you say
Hey bro.
church money.
Yeah, that's church money for Saudi. Hey Corey. Yesterday,
Yes,
I don't know
sir.
if you saw, but the HCP team they were debating whether Tyson Fury is an all-time great already, and I say he's already at top 15 at the moment. If he beats Usyk next year, right, for undisputed, I reckon he's top 10 all time. What do you think?
Um, is Tyson Fury top 10 talent? Is he the top? You said top five, or you think he's the best overall?
No, all time. No, he's not the best all time. Ali would be the best all time. Um,
Not
I,
from what Beeb say.
well, the boxing historian said that he's top 50. So
Shit, the way
top
Beeb
50
said,
heavyweight.
the way
Yeah,
Beeb
I don't.
said, he's saying it that he's saying it like Muhammad Ali would have got beaten by Tyson Fury.
Nah. In Muhammad Ali's prime, that Pretty Boy Floyd Patterson, or the Sonny Liston version of Ali, I don't think anyone can beat that version. Too fast, man.
You don't think so?
Man, Ali was moving like a middleweight at that time, bro.
Yeah, man. And you guys got to understand right now, Ali in his prime was a different type of animal. You know,
Yeah,
he was very, very sharp, very witty. He knew what punches he could throw, and he beat guys like George Foreman. George Foreman was not a small heavyweight, you guys. This guy George Foreman had some type of cow on his back. I seen in a picture. Let me pull that up for you guys real quick. We got new media shit going on, you guys. So Corey is good with the pictures now. I
Hey,
got
but
my I
Corey,
got my stepped it up a little bit.
when Ali fought George Foreman, Ali was a bit washed up already. He wasn't in his prime anymore.
Who, Ali?
Yeah,
You
when
don't
he
think
fought
so?
George Foreman. Nah, man, he was way off. His prime was in the 60s,
You
like
feel like
mid.
his prime was in the 60s?
Yeah, when he fought Pretty Boy Floyd Patterson and Sonny Liston twice. That was his prime. Even when he fought a Smoking Joe
George,
Frazier.
look at this. Look at this. George Foreman picked up this cow, you guys. This is George Foreman. This is George Foreman. Ali beat this guy.
Yeah,
Knocked him out.
yeah,
That's
true. Knocked
fucking
him out.
hard to do, man. Look at this cow. This guy's got a cow on his back. I
Hey
mean, you
Corey,
just
that was
don't
the
do that,
only.
man.
Hey Corey, that was the only time that George Foreman got KO'd.
And that's what I'm saying, man.
He's
It has
never
a
been
lot to
stopped.
do with it, man. That's what I'm saying. It has a lot to do with it, man. You know, Muhammad Ali, man. I think he was one of the. I think he was the best, man. I think Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali.
yeah,
But the more I think about it, it's like a prime Mike Tyson, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry though. I gotta call a spade, man. A prime Mike Tyson, man. I think could give Ali fits just because of his sheer weight and size and the way he moved. The way a prime Mike Tyson moved, I haven't seen nobody to move like that since.
yeah, yeah. But Corey, whenever Mike faced someone who was A class or A minus, A plus fighters, he lost.
This is a prime Ali right here. So you're saying this is a prime Ali right here?
Yeah, is that against
Wow.
Floyd Patterson?
I don't know. I know the guy. It looks like the guy's got black and white trunks on.
Yeah, that guy was untouchable, man. His hand speed was so fast. His feet was so fast. You couldn't even if say Fury threw a jab, Ali would just go backwards per se, like lean back, and then Ali would just counter that, man. Like,
You think
but the
so?
Corey, yeah, Corey, the guy that may give uh Ali troubles. I don't think it's Tyson. I think it's Joe Louis in his prime.
For real?
Yeah, man. Joe Louis had power, man, and he had speed as well. Not as fast as Ali, but man, Joe Louis, oh, he was Muhammad Ali before Muhammad Ali.
For real?
Yeah, man. Joe
So you
Louis
feel like
was.
Joe Louis was like that guy? Like he was like really?
Hey, dude, if have you seen Malcolm X? That movie Malcolm X
Yeah,
with Denzel Washington? Yeah, Joe Louis is in that. And
I
have you seen
know.
American Gangster
Yeah.
with Denzel Washington again? Yeah, Joe Louis is in there too. Like
Yo.
he was iconic, man.
So you said Muhammad Ali versus Joe Louis would have been a barn burner.
Oh yeah, man. That's if you're thinking mythical matchups,
I'm
that's probably
thinking
the best one.
mythical. I'm thinking mythical matchups that we could possibly see. And I
Another
don't
one,
think that's
Corey.
one of them.
Corey.
But
Another
look,
one
these are the
is
two guys right here. So you're saying these two guys in their prime will possibly be the best heavyweight matchup of all time. These two
yes,
guys. These two guys
yes,
right here that are that are
yes,
that we're showing. Why do you
yeah. The
feel
other
like
one
that, Penny?
because both of them were like the best of their eras. Muhammad Ali is probably the best heavyweight of all time. Joe Louis is probably second. And some people like I remember watching this ESPN show where they were ranking.
Joe Lewis's wins, not to cut you off, but Joe Lewis's
Yeah,
wins was 66 wins, only 3 losses, and 52 wins by way of knockout.
Yeah, he had power, man.
Wow, man.
Those and the two losses, those two losses, he was already like old, man. Whereas
And
the
and
one
and
loss,
Muhammad Ali's record was 56-5 with 37 wins by way of knockout.
yeah. And if he didn't take those 2 or 3 years off, his record would have been even better because that was in his prime.
You think so?
Remember? Remember when he had to when he got when he wanted to be when he was supposed to be drafted and he refused to.
Yeah, this is when he fought Joe Frazier right here. What do you think about this picture?
Oh, that's iconic. That's in Madison Square Garden, right?
Yo.
Yeah. They say that that was the biggest fight ever, like even bigger than Pacquiao Mayweather or
For
Ray
real?
Leonard Hearns. Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying right now that if Muhammad Ali were to fight, you think Muhammad Ali could beat everybody right now in the heavyweight division, or would you favor
Yes.
Joe Louis,
No, I'd favor
a
Ali because
prime
Ali's
Joe Louis? Because Joe Louis was a little smaller, right?
not at that time. Yeah, against Ali, yes, but at that time he was because they didn't eat better food back then.
Joe Louis
But
was only about 210 pounds.
yeah, but at that time that 210 that was big because when he fought James J. Braddock, right? James J. Braddock
Uh,
didn't even reach 200 pounds.
for real?
Remember that movie Cinderella Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Joe Louis and James J. Braddock.
Wow, man. This is awesome, man. We're going down memory lane today, you guys, with Penny.
Yeah.
We're
Hey
going down
Corey,
memory lane.
hey Corey, I don't have a lot of battery left, so if it conks out,
All right. Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to there go Joe Louis right there, man. So that's Joe Louis's, rundown. He was an awesome, awesome fighter, you guys. He's passed away now, but
yeah,
Joe Louis was one of the greats, you guys. Joe Louis was definitely one of the greats. And Penny doesn't ever want to forget about him, man. He wants people to know that Joe Louis was that guy in his era. And he could be that guy in this era. That's how Penny feels. I mean, Joe Louis, you feel like he was different, right? For his
yes,
era?
yes, yeah, definitely. He was Ali before Ali.
How do you feel? Just how do you feel about Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis, just as both of those guys being iconic figures in the heavyweight division?
Oh, I think probably like obviously Ali, like
Do you
what he
think who do
did.
you think the people like more? Like who do you think the people back in that time? Who do you think the people gravitated more towards? Was it? I think Muhammad Ali was a bigger worldwide star, right?
Yeah, correct. But not at the start though. At the start, everyone hated
Oh,
him. Remember?
oh yeah,
In fact,
yeah.
they were booing him. Whereas Joe Louis, from the start of his career to the end of his career, he was well beloved. I think it's because um, Joe Louis behaved like what people wanted him to behave,
Him to
like the
be,
humble
yeah,
guy.
humble
Whereas
guy, yeah.
whereas Ali, he behaved like what he wanted to behave.
He was a,
You know what I mean?
he was a, yeah, he stood up for what he believed in, man. And I salute
Yes.
Muhammad Ali for that, man. But I think Joe Louis maybe not so much, but it was hard to do it back then in that time.
Yes. Yeah.
It
I
was
think Joe
very hard
Louis
to do
wanted
it.
Corey. I think Joe Louis wanted to do it, but because at that time in the 40s and 50s, he couldn't really do it because if he did it right, he wouldn't get the fights that he wanted. Whereas in the 60s and 70s, you could do that because the revolution has not revolution, like that social justice has just started. You know what I mean, Corey?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, right now, you guys, with Joe Louis being, what we're talking about right now, I think Joe Louis had an awesome record. And like Penny said, some of those losses came later in his career. For a
Yes.
while, Joe Louis was undefeated, right? Or he just had one loss for
He
a
had the
while, right?
record for he had the record for most defenses, didn't he?
I believe so. I believe so, Penny.
Yeah.
I believe so. I
I don't
believe
think
so.
anyone is. I don't think anyone has beaten that. Still, I think Wilder wanted came close, but he couldn't do it.
You said he couldn't do it?
Yeah, yeah. I think he was like off maybe 2 fights because he lost to Fury.
Wow, man. They used to call him the Black Hope. Wow, man.
Or
And
the
so,
Brown
right,
Bomber.
the
The Brown
brown,
Bomber
yeah,
was his.
the brown bomber. And they're saying the
Yeah.
fight of the century was Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling 2. It took place on
Yes.
June 22nd in
Yes.
1938, and Louis
Yes.
Louis won that fight.
Yeah. In the first round. Yes, I
He
remember that.
avenged his loss against Max
Yeah.
Schmeling. He
Yeah.
avenged his loss, man. That was one
Yeah.
of his only losses.
Yeah. In terms of global impact, I think that was probably the best fight ever. But in terms of like popularity, probably Ali versus Joe Frazier won. But in terms of financial, it'll definitely be Mayweather Pacquiao because damn man, that did nearly $500 million revenue, more than more, more
Yo,
than the more than the Super Bowl.
yo, for real?
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
for real?
Do you remember? Hey, dude, Mayweather got 300 million for that fight, and Pacquiao got 160, and that was just their share. They had to pay 50% to Showtime and HBO as well.
That's wild, bro. So
Yeah,
you said everybody ate off that fight.
yeah, including
Everybody came around. Everybody
including the
came off a
promoters.
winner.
Hey, Corey, including the promoters. I bet Top Rank got more money than they should have
What
against
you think? Be
Pacquiao.
honest. Be honest, Penny. What do you think Top Rank got out of the deal, man?
Oh, a lot, dude, more than they should have. In fact, Pacquiao probably got
Cause
upset that they probably
Pacquiao,
got.
cause Pacquiao wasn't really with them at that time, was he? I know, guys were all over the place right now, but
Oh,
me
he
and
was at
Penny are
that
talking
time.
about the biggest right now. Me and Penny are talking about the biggest fights, that have taken place and the biggest earners in boxing right now. And you're saying that pretty much Floyd Mayweather revolutionized the sport of boxing. Do you think from that angle, from the business point of view? Oh, I think we lost Penny, man. I think Penny's got to hear you guys. But yeah, man, I gotta hurry up and go to work, you guys, man. I appreciate everybody that's been on the stream and been watching. Um, wow, man, what a awesome way to end the show, man. Talking about the biggest earners in Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, revolutionized the sport. And it paved the way. You had Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. Then you had the Klitschko brothers. Um, then Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Um, and now Tyson Fury, um, and Alexander Usyk. So it came full circle. Um, None of those guys that I named in the heavyweight division, I feel like, have made more money than Floyd Mayweather. You could say that Mike Tyson came close, but I think Floyd Mayweather to date is the biggest earner in boxing ever, ever. You know, ever, you guys. So yeah, man, I just wanted to tell you guys that, man, before I head out, man. Thank you guys so much for watching and donating. And yeah, we'll be back with another one, man. Peace out, you guys.